Hi all, Planetside Agent here. Today I decided to take a look at this Zyliss French Press insulated coffee mug. Just came in the mail yesterday. I saw it online on Amazon. It looked pretty cool. It was only 10 bucks, free shipping, so you know what the heck. So anyway, it's right here. It's the Zyliss coffee mug. Holds about 12 ounces. Take a look at it here. It's got a lid that seats in there, although there can still leak out of the top. And then here is the French press portion of it, which is pretty cool. It's you can see here you've got your mesh screen and it fits in there. And the handle part here, there's a little groove in here that it fits in. So when you put it in to press the grounds down, it slides in there tight. So you just have to thumb it down and compress the then you can go ahead and put your lid on it, and you're ready to go. So I thought, why not? I'll just brew myself up a cup of coffee here today. So to start with, let's go ahead and I'll add some grounds. Make sure this is centered. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, so that's ready. We'll set this aside. I got my Primus fuel and the EteckCity stove. So we'll on my Ollie Camp aluminum cup. So let's fire this up. There we go. This propane stove, it should boil pretty quick. If it takes too long, then I'll just cut the long boring stretch out of the video. So I guess probably a better use of my time would have been to fire up the stove first, then put the coffee in. But oh well. I guess this could also be double as a review for the EteckCity stove. It's cooking right along here. I have about 15 ounces of water in the cup, and I'm already starting to see some bubbles coming up, and it's been about a minute and a half. Okay, looks like the water is just about ready to boil, a rolling boil. It's been taking about 4 minutes, and it's just shy of 2 cups. So yeah, there it goes. That looks good enough for coffee. So I'll turn this off. Oops, that's a little warm. There we go. Pour the water in. Yeah, that looks good. It warned you, the instructions warn you about filling it too much, because obviously if you get it too much, you're not going to be able to use the press very effectively. And or the lid. So what I'm going to do before I press this down, you really, on a French press, you need to let it steep for about 4 minutes before it's drinkable. So what I'm going to do until I'm ready to press it down, I'll go ahead and put the lid back on, because I don't want it to cool off too quickly, because that would, I think, hinder the brewing process. And as I've stated in my other videos, I like my beverages hot. At least my hot one's hot and cold one's cold. I'm just not much of a lukewarm drink guy. So anyway, we'll go ahead and let this steep for about 4 minutes, and I'll probably turn this off and come back when I'm ready to actually press down the grounds and give it the old taste test. Okay, back again. I think this is about ready to press down. I'll take the lid off here. Smells good. Okay, we'll give this a whirl. When I saw this online, it also came a little video. I was real impressed with with its design and the way it worked. You know, so many of them have that center piece that French press has a center where you push it down, but then you always have the little knob or something if you're looking for something compact that you can take with you on a hike or a backpack or whatever. So anyway, let's give it a whirl. Slowly pushing down. Guess I could turn this toward the camera so you guys can see get an idea of what's going on. Yeah, like I say, this is the first time I've used it, so far so good. It's a little snug on the side, which is good because that makes sure you keep all the grounds out of the coffee. So that's all seated down there nicely. So it's ready to go. Let's give it a quick taste test here. Smells good. I'm gonna have to take a look here. I've got some grounds in my mouth. I'm not too keen on that. Maybe I pressed it down too fast. I don't know. I'll get a little fiber with my coffee. I think I'll leave it off a bit. Need it to cool just a little bit before I put the lid on. Yeah, just a little bit of grounds in there. I'll have to be playing around with this some more. Anyway, so we'll put the lid on it, so that should keep it nice and warm. Like I say, yeah, a couple of the appeals of this was for me was its compactness. It's insulated, and you know, I could probably include it in any number of different cook sets if you wanted to have, you know, fresh brewed coffee. And I didn't weigh this darn thing. Should have done that. When it's all cleaned up, I'll weigh it and just put that in the description box down at the bottom of the video if you're curious. But I was thinking about using it for like different cook kits. And here's one. Here's this 700 milliliter titanium pot. And you can see that it would just barely fit in there. If you put it inside, the lid would have to rest on top. But I don't think that's a deal breaker. Same with this Olicamp aluminum cup. It's also about the same height, although this doesn't come with a lid. Anyway, and it's narrow enough. Now what you could do to have it nest inside here to make it part of a cook kit, obviously you'd have to cut these off, which is not a big deal. They're kind of, you know, since this is an insulated cup, having the you know, the handle is, yeah, I mean it you know, it's just a different way of doing it. It's not necessary because you can hold it like this. You know, a lot of uninsulated cups you'd need a handle or some kind of a cozy or something to keep it from burning your hands. But yeah, this is, you can see, you can feel a little bit of heat coming through it, but you know, it's just warm to the touch. So warm your hands on a cold day and also keep your coffee hot. But then, you know, it has the handle. So like I said, if you wanted to include this in some kind of a cook kit where this would fit inside your pot, then you could cut these off and it'd work just fine. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet. Just use it for car camping or make it part of a kit. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, it was kind of cool. So yeah, tastes good. So I'll just combine this with a little bit of a review on this EteckCity. But if you saw my videos on using it on the old, it's all packed up, the Esbit stainless steel coffee maker. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's got a automatic lighter, which you probably, I don't know if you noticed that when I fired it up. There you go. Works pretty good, and then it collapses down. These can flip in. So you 2 size feet. So if you have a small pot like I had for the Esbit, it will rest on there. Or a larger pot. This one I flipped these little feet out. and then this comes around and this flips up, and yeah, it's a nice compact little unit, screws right on. So yeah, and these things run, what did I see them? They're running around $10-12 depending on where you buy them. Seen some pretty nice kits that come with this stove, which also comes with its own little box to store it in. Comes with this stove, a 2-piece aluminum pot, spoons and all that stuff, all the way up to for about $26 for the whole kit, which is a pretty good deal actually if you wanted to get everything. It's a 2-piece aluminum pot. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll make that a separate video, maybe not. Anyway, so yep, this is the Zyliss French Press insulated coffee mug. So I like it. It's pretty nice. I'm real happy with it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi all. Back again, kind of an addendum to the review video of the insulated coffee mug. Yeah, I just wrapped up filming the review in the garage, and looked out the window and the sun had popped back out. And today's unseasonably warm for January in the Willamette Valley here of Oregon. It's probably about 58, might even be closer into the 60s here on the south side of the house with the sun on it. But yeah, just thought I'd just you know, an action shot of using this coffee mug in the outdoors. But anyway, you're looking at my garden right now. That's left of it. It's pretty much winterized. I got the kale and Brussels sprouts still, which are very hardy. They winter over here. I do it every winter. In fact, I'll probably be eating off that kale until in the spring when it bolts, and then I'll probably be tilling up the garden and getting ready for next summer. It's really nice to have those two. I can snap off Brussels sprouts for dinner, a big chunk of the winter, so pretty nice. So anyway, the coffee's great. Yeah, another addendum on to this video. Out here in the front yard, my wife's landscaping, Orientalish inspired landscaping project. Anyway, standing here in the sun and working on this coffee. I'm just about 3/4 done, and it's still very hot. So I'm real impressed with the insulation on this. So I think this is a nice little buy. I don't know, I might just pick up another one of these for other kits or for other people. So anyway, thanks for again. Okay, one more addendum, and I promise. I just finished the coffee, and as I mentioned earlier, it stayed warm all to the good to the last drop. They were hot to the last drop. Anyway, I noticed during the video when I first pressed this down, I commented that I got some grounds in my mouth, and I think what happened, and there's, you probably can't see them, it's too dark in there. There's a few. I think what happened is I had the water up kind of high, and when you first put it in, there's this rounded lip here. And I think what happened is when I first put the press in, some of those grounds escaped around the seal as it was coming into this lip. So probably, you know, don't try to fill it up too high before you press it down, and it'll probably get a better seal and not let any grounds. But it was just a few. It's not a big deal. So like I said, you can always use the fiber in your diet anyway. So I think this is it for the video this time.